So, welcome friends, and let's have a journey of our new but beautiful remedies. This group of remedies, many people don't know anything about it, but since 10 years or more than 10 years, we have beautiful provings of many fish remedies, and now we are able to see their expression and able to use them in practice. So, from there, and whoever had worked a lot on fish remedy from their articles and books, we are able to collect the general theme of this group of remedies. So now, as like a mammal and birds and other group of snake and spider and insect, we are able to use the group theme or group theme analysis of this group of remedies, and it immensely helping in our practice. So not only fish, but anything that we use or we try to understand, we try to correlate their general information, natural history with homeopathic point of view. So it's not kind of a doctrine of signature as we see in our therapeutic or materia medica, but actually this way we can remember those information what are their related themes very easily. And that's why I had selected general information of fish remedies, sorry, not fish remedies, fishes in general, and we try to understand them first, and then later we try to see the correlation and try to understand general themes. So fishes is vertebrate. We all know the animals divided majorly in vertebrate and invertebrate. So as like a reptile, amphibian, birds, and mammals, a fish is also vertebrate remedies, vertebrate animals. And they are living in water, breathing by gills, and body covered by scales. Most fish are cold-blooded, as like reptile. They have a they do not have a mechanism to maintain body temperature. So their body temperature varying with surrounding water. Many fish can communicate acoustically with each other. So they are able to communicate. But fishes do not have a sophisticated way of communication as we land animals have or other group of animals have, because the all vertebrate are evolved from fish. Fish are at the bottom of evolution, and that's why they do not have the sophisticated way of communicating in nature. They use body movement, change of body color, or electromagnetic waves. On that base, they are chemical signalings. This way, or making a different shape of the body and things. This way, they communicate, but they do not have language, any sort of, or are not able to make any sort of sound. Even you see the birds, mammals, even insect also, you see they are able to produce certain amount of sound. But here the verbal communication is not there at all in fish group of creatures. And that's why in homeopathic point of view, you see the communication is a major theme of this group of remedies. Fishes have a streamlined body for swimming, so they are swimming in water and they have a boat-shaped body. Some fishes live in fresh water while some live in marine water. Fish have a small brain relative to body size compared with other vertebrates. This is very important characteristic of fishes in nature. They have very small brain because they are at very down level, very ground level in evolution. So brain is not developed and not sophisticated as like other vertebrates. Fish brain work relatively slow in compared to other vertebrates. This is another important characteristic. So small brain and slow brain, this is very important characteristic, and this exact expression you found in fish patient. How? That we will learn later on. Most fishes are also covered in protective layer of mucus along with scale. So it's a scaly creature is like reptiles. Actually, reptiles evolved from fishes. Amphibian and reptiles evolved from fishes. And that's why like reptile, they also have scales in their body. Generally, fish have a well-developed sense of sight. So their senses are very well developed because brain function slowly, weakly, and that's why the senses is very acute. Hearing is an important sensory system for fish. Most fish species have the ability to taste through their skin and lips. Now imagine a creature who tastes through their skin. Very interesting, right? So we have a very small organ. Our tongue is very small organ in compared to our entire body. But fish can taste everywhere in their body. And that's why the sense of the taste is very exaggerated. So not only a sense of sight or others are hearing, but taste is also exaggerated. And nose is also sensitive to smell because this is the way they communicate. They detect the prey, they detect the predator with the help of smell also. So these all senses are very, very acute in fishes in nature. Most fishes are oviparous, they give the birth of eggs in the form of eggs, but some are oviviviparous also. So they have eggs, but eggs break down inside the uterus. The method of reproduction is varied, but most lay large number of eggs and sperm directly in water. So they have external fertilization. Most species give no care to their eggs and young ones, but there are many exceptions. So they are not taking care of their eggs or young ones at all, as in compared to other vertebrates, especially mammals and birds who can care of their eggs and young ones. Now, we try to understand fish themes. How and what kind group of themes that we can able to understand in our patients while test taking. So we can think of fish group of remedies. But while going through all the themes in different cases and materia medica improving notes, I come to know fish has many themes. But for our understanding, I divide them prominent themes and basic themes or not prominent themes. Prominent themes are those themes that is very prominently, very, you can say very strongly present in fish cases. And on that base, we decide like this is a fish case. Otherwise, the less prominent themes are also shared by other animal group of remedies. And that's why those themes we can use to just confirm, but we cannot initiate to think about fish remedies. So this is the difference between prominent themes and other less prominent themes. So first prominent theme is connect and communication. They want to connect, they want to communicate with others, but they are facing different problems. So already we discussed when we discuss natural qualities like they have a problem to communicate because they do not have advanced and sophisticated way of communication. So let's see. First theme is desire to connect and communicate. So this theme is expressed various ways in your patient. You can find out various ways like person has a desire to communicate. First of all, person make lot of effort to communicate with others. And actually it's a normal kind of a normal expression because This kind of expression you can find in normally in your patient. But how this expression become unique, that we have to understand. Their communication technique or the way they communicate or try to communicate with others is totally different. Or either they feel like they want to communicate, but others not know what they are speaking. Others don't understand your language. And the reason is fishes live in a media which is called water, right? And we are a human being. We are living in a media where there is a surrounded by air. So our communication is either a verbal that is we can find also, and the media is different. If you have to speak or if you have to move or if you have to do any activity in water, that is completely different than the air. If I have to move my hand in air, it's very easy, but in water, it's little difficult, right? Even your weight, the gravity is also get changed. And because of that, the human or your patient who is a human being, they have inner state which is a fish. So they have a conflict because if you are a human, you have to live normally with like other people. But because of your fish energy, fish state, you are not able to function like other people. So this is the problem. They want to speak, they want to say something, they want to communicate with others, they want to contact, they want to share their emotion, their perception, everything. But they have a feeling like the opposite person is not understanding you. Or opposite. The other person, whatever saying to you in normal day-to-day life, in a studies, in a company, or I mean in a job, workplace, wherever you have a communication, contact with others, conversation, the whatever the other person saying you, you don't understand. Because your understanding, your brain works slowly in compared to others. Or either super fast in compared to others. So also the thoughts that need to get that process happen need to happen in your brain is not happening. So this way the issue you can find in fish remedies. Like the other people, what I say, what way I say, and what is the meaning I want to convey, that nobody understands. Whatever way I get angry, whatever I want to convey my emotions or my language, anything, nobody understands it. So this is the way the expression superficially, while a general talk you can find in these cases. Like whatever way I communicate with, because the person might have a relationship issues or maybe say like I have a many problem at work also at school level I'm not able to study, and when you examine further then you find like person has a problem to communicate. So it's a look like a you can say either a behavioral problem or some kind of psychological disorder, that way it look like. But when you examine further, you find out like it's not exactly any specific psychological problem or stupidity, but actually it is the problem between the both the plane is not functioning the same time. The things happen because when we are talking the same way, when two person is communicating, one person is talking, the opposite person's brain is functioning the same plane. What is hearing that exactly process same time on within a moment in your brain. But in fish cases, the time is little different. And that's why they don't understand, or many way like whatever I say people don't understand, or whatever people say I don't understand. and many times use the word like as if your language is different than others. So it's not a hearing problem. Huh? It's a problem that the way your mind and body or your perception, thoughts, everything functioning is totally different than others. And that's why they want to synchronize with others. They are not in the same plane of thoughts, same plane of conversation, either above or either low. And that's why they do not have the same level when they communicate with others. And that's why synchronicity is very, very important to function at the same plane. Synchronicity means the both people think, walk, act, function the same way. That is you cannot find. So synchronicity is a big word for fish. They want to synchronize, but they can't. I want to do the way my husband see me. But what happened to me, I don't know. Many times I don't understand what he want to say. Sometimes he says, I like a hot water, so I give hot water. And he get within 1-2 days, he get very angry. Why you bring hot water? I am not a ill person. So I don't understand. This is the thing happen. Something that set in their mind, they try to work that way, but not happening anyway. So these way they are not synchronizing with others in relationship, in family, with a relation of brother and sister or friends, in a school, teacher and student, many way they are not able to synchronize. Now this synchronicity is not directly you can find in your patient, but suppose you have that doubt like person say what I say, I am a different language, I don't understand or people don't understand. Then either you have to ask the confirmatory question. Are you good in dance? And you find. Because in dance, especially in a group dance, they have to make the way they have to take a step according to others, whatever entire group is doing, right? And they have a problem. They are not understand how to take that kind of step. Like for act, it's kind of a awkwardness for them. So this is the way it expresses. In singing also, you have to sing together in a group, but this person not follow the rhythm of entire group. So that way also you can see the problem like person is not able to synchronize. Now, person try to communicate with others all the time. So for communication, they now suppose somebody is facing some problem, then he try to cope up, right? So for cope up mechanism, this person use different media to communicate with others. They are not able to communicate and make a friend very easily. So what they do, they use social media to have lot of friends. They use Facebook, WhatsApp to have many contacts. Because in reality, is not able to communicate, make a friend very easily. So either they use a write in a family, just write down. So because verbal communication is not happening, so they use these kind of different tools. I I remember one movie, a South Indian movie, where the husband and wife they have a problem and they do not have a talking terms. So what they do, they sticky notes they attach on one wall of the house. Wife write down, husband write down. So this is just one example, but this way these people feel comfortable to make contact with others. So they love to have a non-verbal communication because verbal is not happening. Feeling alienated, estranged. Of course, the entire group able to synchronize. When you are dancing, entire group is able to dance and what happened to you when you are not able to dance? You feel you are not part of the group. You are try hard to be like others, but it's not happening. So you withdraw, right? So this is the way they have a feeling of alienated as strange, feeling different than others, because this way you are completely different than others. So these are the different way the issue of communication and contact could be expressed in your patient. Nobody understands what you want to convey. This is the expression. Nobody understands what you are saying. Either the whatever you speak that not entering another's brain or other people not want to understand it. So there might be any reason, but main problem is whatever you are speaking, nobody understands. And that's why they want non-verbal communication. So while person says, I like to have a good relation, something like that, soulmate kind of attachment that is there. And when you go further and explore, they use the word like we use the non-verbal communication. Just my husband look at me and I know he want tea. So this is the way they communicate. We believe or we perceive like it's a soulmate kind of personality who had a very deep bond, so they understand each other. But actually, this kind of relationship they desire, where they do not have to speak out. Without speaking, somebody understand you. Now, a next thing that is also related to communication is disconnected, separated. Already we talk alienated feeling, right? So you try hard to communicate with someone, to be part of, synchronize with others, but it's not happening. Then what do? You try to withdraw, separate, disconnect. And this is also feature you find very strongly that come at the forefront in your cases. Where person says, I'm not a part of something. I'm completely in a different world, from different world. And the behavior, the attitude is like Tare Zameen Par movie, right? What is the attitude of that small boy Ishan? Completely careless, carefree, no tuition, no school, no worry for anything. Because he try hard to understand, but not things goes in his mind. So what he do? Become like a tomboy, careless, very rough and tough. Like, so this attitude also you can find in your patient. But you have to examine what is the cause of that careless attitude. And when you find like his brain is not working properly, or he is not able to communicate with others, not able to synchronize with others, not understand the things the way it's spoken to him, then you understand it's a fishy quality. Not in touch with self and others, not know what it's kind of a autistic state also. And that's why if you have to disconnect even from yourself, you have to meditate. And that's why these remedies like meditation, spirituality and all. But it's a superficial expression. Again, you have to explore and find out what is the meditation. And they say beautifully, you are not in your body, you are out of your body. So this way they get disconnected, separated from others. But actually, when the person is want to communicate, try hard and that not happening, then mostly the another reaction is they get introvert. And that's why fish remedies are also another characteristic is they are very introvert. And another reason it also look like a netramure personality, retaining. They are not openly share their emotion, their thoughts, their perception, because they know nobody understand you. Whatever you are saying, it's completely useless, and that's why they keep everything inside. And in superficial front, it look like shyness, timidity. It's very timid. Person is very timid, very introvert. It's like nitromune. An interesting thing is most of the fishes from marine base, and marine main constituent is also a common salt, right? So that way also it coming up. Taciturnity, autism lack, not want to talk at all. Talking aggravation. They want company, but in the company they are not kind of a bubbly way of expressiveness. Of course, there are many bubbly and expressive fish remedies are also there, but in many cases the retaining quality is very, very strongly you can find in them. And the reason is, again, you do not want to communicate with others. So earlier, whatever we talk is want to communicate, but the opposite pole is also coming up. You do not want to communicate, right? Another thing, they use many example like you are behind the bubble, behind the glass, because this is the way they can express the difference of the media in air and in water. Because in water, as if it's a different, you are at a different plane. So in fish remedies, being in a bubble, being in a covered place, glass dome, coming up. And many times he says like, I'm in a glass room, so whatever I shout, scream, anything, nobody understands. That way also it coming up. Now, a next theme, a very prominent theme is cognitive issues. And this is directly related to slow and small brain of a fish in nature. So when you have very small and slow a brain, what way it compensates? It try to function speedily, right? And that's why first cognitive expression expressed in a healthy fish cases where there is not a real problem started, pathology started. In those kind of cases, it become very hyperactive brain. A brain function very speedily. And because of that, you have many thoughts. You are not able to handle them even up to that level. And because of that, you feel your brain is not get relaxed, rested. And that's why they have many sleep issues also. Sleeplessness or waking frequently or multiple ways sleep issue coming up in almost all fish remedies. Because of many thoughts and many ideas. An important thing is you have very small container and thoughts are coming many. So what is the effect? You are not able to handle them, control them, properly be with them. And that's why it auto flows. You have no control over your thoughts and ideas. Or one particular thought, suppose I have to give a lecture today. So I have to think and my brain works that way. But the person who is with a fish energy, they are not able to hold on one kind of a thought. Just coming and going and functioning kind of a weird way. So they are not able to focus. So focusing is another big cognitive problem in fish remedies because they have not that capacity to handle and cultivate thoughts. So maybe they are very high alert, not get relaxed easily, many thoughts, but not able to filter thought as well as not able to sustain longer on one particular thought. You have to hold on. Suppose I am at moment talking about hyperactive brain. So I have to hold on this thought and give one, another, third kind of a point. So you require that analytical way of thinking that is not there in them. So they are not hold on one thing for long time. Many things, even many times they say like, I have a lot of thought, but I don't know which thought coming when. Suppose you ask them what kind of thoughts you have. They are not able to give exact answer also. So that way it's happening. But this is a one pole. The opposite pole is also there, and that is dull brain. Completely no thoughts at all. Complete blankness. Complete absent-minded. They get lost. Lost is a big word for fish group of remedies. Get absorbed. Forget the world. Whatever they are doing, they get lost completely in that thing. While driving, they don't able to look here and there, only in driving. Writing, only writing. Not able to understand what is happening. Even not mark. There is a big sound or anything happen. They get completely in work, whatever they are doing. Unable to understand the people and surrounding. Not when they are dull brain, the brain is not functioning properly. It take a long effort to even do some work. That way the brain become very dull. So it's not a brain pathology actually. It might be there like somebody have a stroke and then your brain not working, or somebody fall down after injury, brain is not working. That kind of cases also you can use fish remedies. But in normal cases also you find a person whose brain is working as if person's brain get paralyzed, as like a stroke people, as like a person in coma. So that kind of brain you can find in these remedies. And very superficial expression is forgetfulness. They are not able to hold on their thoughts. Brain has not that capacity to remember it for a long time, and that's why forget. Even half done work also they forget. Even while talking, half reach at a half conversation and forget what was I was talking. That kind of forgetfulness, making lot of mistake while doing something, speaking something, that is also another characteristic. And this expression you can find very, very profoundly in these cases. Brain fog, as if brain is not functioning properly. And this brain fog is also you find a Magnoliani group of remedies. So here also you find bewildered, confused, don't know what to do. These are all Magnoliani kind of expression. So your Nuxmos chaga, Asimina triloba, these cases can be a fish remedy. If your cases is not progressing well, you can think of fish remedies and it work very well. Dementia, Alzheimer's, dyslexia. Actually, the Tare Zameen Par movie is a case of dyslexia, right? He has a problem to learn because the way someone teaching you, your brain is not grasping. It required a special treatment, and hero in a movie give a special training and give a training, his learning capacity get enhanced, and this is happening. This is the story of movie. But actually, these are the cases. In reality also, either in a pediatric or in elder cases, Alzheimer's and dementia of the old age geriatric patients, you can use this remedy and it gives very good result. Absorbing qualities also you can find in autism. So autism cases, learning disability cases is similar to dyslexia. You can use this remedy. ADHD, hyperactive brain, also a fish case. So these are just a few, you can spare of action of fish group of remedies. But on that base, if you select fish remedy, uh, Oleum jacqueris or any whatever known remedy, next day it will not work. You have to find out the 2-3 themes get together in your case. You have to work like this is the fish. Really, you have to confirm it 2-3 times in your patient with different expression. Whatever we discussed till now, the communication problem, brain function, forgetfulness, cognitive issue. Even one more theme is there, water connection. Then think of fish remedy. Now, to make you understand how these cognitive issues express really in your patient, I have selected few expressions from Materia Medica, proving and cure cases. So this is the way it's going to express. Confusion arising from turbulent of thought. Many thoughts. It's not clear even. And that's why you get confused. Much confusion about how to proceed. They don't know what to do next. Stunned. Don't know. Forget it. Your brain become completely blank. You don't know what is next. Chaotic and profuse thought. Hard to concentrate the moment. Not able to concentrate on one particular thought. It's just coming and going. There is no filter at all. Inability to focus and disjointed thoughts. Difficulty with time perception. Actually, this is very, very big issue. Time, distance, space, they are not able to calculate at all. So in cases, and especially in Materia Medica, you find many expressions related to either time running slow or fast. Loss of sleep, we already talked. Problem speaking and expressing oneself, cannot follow thread of conversation. Problem speaking and expressing oneself, cannot follow the thread of conversation. Difficulty in understanding, difficulty in speaking. Forgetful, unorganized, confused, exhausted easily. Dazed feeling, you get very kind of a mask face. There is no expression on your face. You don't know, like that. And this is the expression you often found in shock cases, brain shock cases, autism, Asperger's syndrome, children with developmental delay, confusion in judging time and space, distortion of space and time, something look very huge, something look very big, either outside perception, illusion, delusion, whatever you say about the things or your own body. Like I have very small hand, I have very small head. That kind of delusion also they have because they are not able to judge the time and space or distortion of tenses. So these are the many expressions. I'm not going through them all, but I keep the screen for a few seconds so you can read them. So I have selected this expression from at least 10 remedies. Many expressions. Lose his way in well-known street. I remember one case where I had given fish remedy. He is living in that place, that city since he born. But still when going to from office to house, many times he had confusion. Like I have to turn in this for crossroad or next because the city is kind of very well planned. So he forget like this is the correct one or many times he is feeling like I missed it gone. Your crossing road gone. So this way you find many expressions. Now next theme is water theme. It's a very prominent. But actually, we cannot completely rely on water theme to think of fish remedy because from water we have many creatures and they also share the exactly similar water themes like many invertebrate group of remedies, crustacean, mollusk and all, the medusa and all, and many mammal remedies like delphinum, ambragracia, these all share water. Even many birds are also a water birds. So they all share water theme. So it is very strongly there because it's a prominent theme. In many cases you find connection with water. But on that base, solely on that base, you cannot confirm. So with the water, either cognitive issue or communication issue must be there. Disconnection must be there, or either the we can learn the less prominent thing that must be, and then you have to think of a fish remedy. So many way you find a connection with water, or either directly person say I am very connected to water. Water is my life. I become a different personality when I go with water. So either you have to ask the question like water connection coming up directly, or either for confirmation at later part of case taking, you have to ask. Suppose you have to go on vacation, where you go, and directly they say at connect at any way the water issue coming up. Water, river, lake, sea, swimming, water games. I remember one fish case where I had to fished one fish. The person say like when I'm in a water, I become a part of water. I become like I'm a feeling water on my skin, and I get completely dissolve myself. I forget myself when I'm in water. When I'm in swimming pool, he goes 60, 70 years old male patient, but he goes every day for swimming in swimming pool. So this kind of expression you find in fish, but it's there in other water remedies also. Dreams or fears or images of waters. There is long, long ocean and one boat and one person doing that way the dreams coming up. Or either they don't like at all water. They like water, but when they go in the water, they anything can, because you are not know what is happening. It's unknown, so any can attack on you. That way also fears also there. Fishes, they directly talk about fishes or other water animals like a penguin or seal, a shark, dolphin, anything. Buoyancy, floating. This is very, very important. They are very buoyant. Or multiple way, the deeper level, the expression related to floating, free flowing, that is there. They feel stagnant many times, and that's why the opposite is fluidity, should be flow freely. Happy, cheerful, playful, this is water quality. Smile, laughing, playing, so very good expression, phosphorus kind of expression you find in fishes. Energetic, very enthusiastic, lot of energy they feel, because water is a life. When you are in a water or you drink water, you feel energetic. It's make you lively. So liveliness is one theme of water, and that you find in fishes. Either they go towards water, they feel lively, or what in their mind, and they feel good. That kind of activity they are doing in a cinema or restaurant, they become very lively. Now these are a baseline thing that is there in them, but not prominent, because there are other remedies is also like fish. So they have a characteristic of that other remedies, like intense sensitivity. Already we talked, they have very, very acute senses, right? So that converted in personalities, expression as a intense sensitivity, oversensitivity. And this is very beautifully you can find in invertebrate group of remedies also. So as like invertebrate, they are very sensitive. As like plant, they are very sensitive. Sensitive to environmental changes. I gone through one case from my friend Sigrid, and her case is extremely sensitive from pesticides. Even neighbor 2, 3 house ago who spray pesticides, she can't tolerate it. Even many foods she is not able to eat raw because there is a lot of pesticide, and she get ill within a moment. So spray, perfume. I remember one movie where Nagarjun, a hero, is extremely sensitive to smell in that movie, and he is producing perfumes, and he make a perfume, the smell the exactly like a perfume, a natural perfume of his girlfriend. Imagine. So that extreme sensitivity. One moment in that movie is one person who used very strong smell at airport, and airport is far away from, because it's more exaggerated, but that kind of sensitivity you can imagine. At home he recognized like somebody used a very strong rose smell somewhere. That kind of intense sensitivity you can find in this. All hearing, taste, touch, smell, everything. Or exactly opposite, muffled sense. They can't lost the taste, lost the no hearing, muffled hearing. It comes as if your head is under water and you hear. Another thing, the fish creature communicate with each other by electromagnetic sense. They have that kind of special organ. Each fish has that. So they are very sensitive to electromagnetic pulses. And that's why they are very sensitive wherever the electromagnetic, like a laptop, mobile, radio, TV, freeze, microwave, they are not able to bear. Or opposite. Suppose they come in contact with those things, so things try to function completely haywire that way. Before few days, I have one case where I never have that kind of problem. Since I use 2-3 years Zoom for my cases and session all the time, but the sound is never break. But every 10 minutes in that case, on a rhythmically, the sound get muffled. Not my sound, that patient. So that also that kind of things, because they are very sensitive to electromagnetic things, so things become useless also. So that way, either the mobile and this thing affect you, and your problem get worse. You have a nausea, you have a headache, you expose long for this electromagnetic radiation long time. Then you have this kind of problem, vertigo and all, or either things get disturbed. That electromagnetic things. Sensitivity is generally expressed in patient as a many things affect you very easily in all play. And that's why in cases you find many modalities. I cannot bear banana, I cannot bear samosa, I cannot bear onion, lemon is not for me. So that way. Many things is affect. Even I'm not able to go to sun. If I stay at home, I feel very cold. If I go outside, I feel very hot. That way. Sensitive to medicine is also there. And that's why many times they say like, sir, please, doctor, please give me a very low dose, because I'm kind of a pediatric person. So if you give low dose, it's enough for me. So that way also it explains. So these way, superficially when you look this kind of sensitivity, you get confused. It might be a plant case. It might be a subclass 1, subclass 2 case. Now a group, a family. So you see the fishes in a group living together, right? So it's a mammal-like quality, and you find this exact quality in fish also. Actually, it's not holding a law, as like we see in a mammal and other remedies, but it is there through and through. It's playing at a background. Suppose a problem started, like I have a problem with my husband, or relationship problem started, and then all story coming up. The reason is we have a communication problem. I'm not sharing, or he's not sharing everything to me. I feel like that, and the issue started. So that way, the family sensitivity, group, these are the baseline quality. It is there, but it's not prominent. It's not coming as a focus of the case, right? It elaborates furtherly the fish way of quality of cognitive issue, communication issue. So group is important. Want to connect, communicate itself is a mammal quality. Love, care is important. Row 3 quality. Subclass 4 quality. Nutrition line. Coming up very strong in fish group of remedies. Emphasis on relationship. Relationship is very, or either you find lot of problem with parents, problem with father, with mother, with brother, with sister, wife, husband, or boss, anyway, the issue related to relationship coming up. And from there you evolve or dig down and you find a fish quality. Issue of spouse, children, pregnancy, babies, love pregnancy, love babies, dream of pregnancy babies, that way their own human babies, animal babies. Family oriented, family is everything for me. I do everything because of I want to give my family a good place. So many way, like I have to provide everything. So family responsibility. So multiple way the family issue or relationship issue coming up. Now freedom as like a bird. So background it look like a bird. It might be your bird case. So how it you can use fish remedy in your patient. Suppose you have a case where you had given subclass 1-2 remedy, pulsatilla, staphysagrina, amamalis, and your medicine is not work well. Then you can think of, because it's invertebrate-like sensitivity, and you find fish themes and you can think of, because we are not knowing this group of remedies, and that's why we are not thinking of them in our practice. We think only those we know, and we are very familiar to pulsatilla and staphysagrina. Person says, I feel insulted. Somebody say wrongly and I get disappointed. So you either give nitramute, disappoint means very strong in nitramute, or give pulsatilla. And you have a certain level of result, but then after medicine stop to work. So if you know fish remedy, then those kind of cases like a bird, a mammal, even other vertebrate like a reptile, those cases also convert to a fish group of remedy. And it works very well. Once you find fish energy in them, fish expression in them, then you select a good medicine, it works. Otherwise, your medicine is similar on the same plane. It works for a certain period of time. Suppose you had given pulsatilla or bird remedy, Falco-Perignus or Alliators, it works. But it stopped to work then. If you are looking for a similar medicine from another group of remedies, then you can think of fish remedy. So another theme is a freedom. As you see here in picture, it elaborates everything. You are in under a bowl. That is a delusion you can often found in fish cases. As if you are in a glass bowl. You are under the bubble and you want to come out of it. So this is actually not row, but subclass 2 expression. You desire freedom. You are boxed in as like melody. You are covered. You are just in a small place. You want to come out of it. And when you are in a box, you feel very heavy. You're restricted and you want to go out of it. So desire to go out of it is also there in fish group of remedy. And it expresses as a feeling trapped, caught, hindered, want to move forward, want to progress, go behind the goal, want to function, want to achieve something, and desire freedom. You do not have freedom in relationship, or want to be free the way you like. You want to live life the way you want. So multiple way restriction, trap, that expression coming up. But as like a bird, it's not hold on. And second thing, other bird themes you cannot find in them. Here, while person is elaborating a freedom, when you ask, suppose your patient is talking about freedom many times, then you use like, I had to know more about it. So you ask the question, talk little more about freedom. And when person is elaborating freedom, it's not like an open, vast place as we see in a bird. It's like a floating, flowing, rather than openness as we see in a bird. You go the way you want. It's a fluidity. You can move easily as if you are on a boat. So many ways they use the expression like that. And they also have image and dreams of birds, butterfly, flying insects, aeroplane. Many dreams you can find of any flying objects. So this is bird-like. Now love nature. And you all know birds also like to be in a nature very much. And fishes also like to be in nature. So it's like bird, they feel like I'm very connected to water, I'm very connected to wood, grassland. I'm even very connected to animals, especially pets. Because with pets, suppose you have a dog or cat in house, you don't have to speak much. Without speaking, the animal understand you and you understand animal, and that way the communication going smoothly. You do not want to synchronize with. You don't feel like your cat or dog feel disappointed or what he will think. You do not have to please them, right? So that way also they like animals very much. They love animals, plants, go to jungle, grass, tree, mountain, river, lake, ocean. So multiple way connection with water also coming up. Now issue of senses is like subclass 2 because subclass 2 the main core expression is senses. In cannabis what you see very bright beautiful colors. Somebody is a dream in a proving by Dr. Sankaran is some very fairy tale like a lady who braid very white color sari. So color, taste, these all the things are coming so strong in this group of remedies. So I like subclass 2 polarity of heaviness and light. That is also coming up. Because Sankaran, according to his subclass and superclass idea, he put fish group of remedies in a subclass 2. And it's not kind of just mere thinking. When I gone through all fish remedies, their real provings and cases also, I find the polarity of heaviness and lightness coming up. You are very heavy, and when you are light, you feel like a free because buoyancy is a water quality. So when person feel light in meditation or when enjoying, you feel very light, and when you feel low, you feel very heavy. That way, it express in your cases. Issue of senses, color, exaggerated sensual expression. In Hindi language, you can say they are looking for netra sukh. It's a satisfaction of your senses, taste, nose, smell, touch. They want to satisfy your all senses. Or when they are elaborating something, the sense related expression coming up, either a beautiful color, beautiful taste. I remember one case, person is very much of subclass 2 and he say when is NRI and whenever I go to India, I always go to one specific uh, place to eat samosa. So ultimately the focus is to eat, to taste, satisfy the taste. So many ways the sensuality coming up. Now focused at body and this is row 2 like feature. In row 2 group of remedies, actually a superclass idea of Sankaran is a replication of subclass 2 is a row 2. So that way also row 2 expression coming up. center around basic necessities. So they are looking for only basic needs, touch, sensuality, sex, the basic things. They are not very focused on their identity and people. Of course, each fish has their further qualities, but this is baseline, and you find a few expression in fish cases about row 2, similar to row 2, lithium and all. Conscious around body. The body need to progress your existence. That is very, very important for them. So that way also it coming up. Simply be alive is important. Desire to feel, desire to sense, rather to stuff a baggage of identity, ego, anything is not bothering them. Their focus is to feel, experience. And for that reason also they like to be in nature, meditation. So when they are talking about meditation in nature, you find the row 2 and subclass 2 expression very easily in there. So this is the session.